same time. And we are so excited because we want to talk to you about creating a massive change in your life and what happens, the wrestle that happens and how you can break through the other side. Goodness knows we've gone through this many times. We help our clients go through it, and we just wanted to share this because it's very fresh. We have a lot of people that we know in our lives who are going through massive positive changes, and you know what? We needed a mentor for us to do that at the beginning. So we just wanted to help you guys create a quantum leap now, not next year, but now. So let's get on it.
It's funny. Like whenever you're going through those moments where there is massive change, like this is when you really need good counsel. You need someone outside of yourself that can really help you through that. And I've been helping someone this week with a particular situation. They're making big decisions. And the decision is approaching, like tomorrow is the day. And this person that I'm working with, my client, has been contacting me multiple times this week. And it's been amazing to be there to support this person. But it's so evident at how, you can be thrown around. It's like you're in a washing machine or like on a roller coaster. You're like high one day and the decision is so clear, and the next day it's all cloudy again. The doubt creeps in. And it's really, really important during those times when you're so close to making major decisions and having major breakthroughs in your results that, the mentality aspect of things is so important to get right.
Absolutely.
And you want to make sure that you're speaking to the people who are going to keep you on the right path of where it is that you want to go, right? Yeah. Otherwise, it could be very easy to retreat and go back or stay in your comfort zone.
Well, think about it. Massive change is happening. And change is uncomfortable. Like change doesn't feel comfortable. And I remember that one of our mentors said, change is hard at the beginning, it's messy in the middle, and it's worth it in the end. So whenever you're going from having a 9-to-5 job to then starting your own business or your company, right? Like here you go, like this mindset that is, having a salary and working these hours, all of a sudden here you are facing this insecurity, this whole newness, right? It's new energy to step into. But when you ask yourself, if I knew 100% this was going to work out and I was going to have that freedom and it's what you love, I think that's the most important thing. When you're out of the doubt, you're out of the fear, you're out of the worry, and you ask yourself, you know what, is this what I would love? Does it feel good? And if the answer is yes, you know that, oh my goodness, like, okay, that's the truth. And that's something that actually I always tell myself when I'm going through that quantum leap, that massive change. It is so uncomfortable. And sometimes every part of you wants to go back, right? Retreat. But your heart's leading you forward. You don't want to go back, but it's scary to move forward. I just remember that moment that I felt that freedom and remind myself, well, that's actually the truth. Everything else here is that all these beliefs, ideas, trenches of just coming up, they were the things in the way the whole time, preventing you or me from living that life of freedom. So that's all that's coming. It's like the weeds are like screaming out now, right? And so I guess we want to come on here and just help you guys through this, because if you're growing, if you're going out achieving big worthy dreams, you have a big goal, whether it's a financial business, whatever it is, right? You're betting on you and your dream, your vision. This is going to happen. This is 100% going to happen to you, okay? If you don't know what this feels like, you can't relate to it, then there's a very good chance that you haven't set a big worthy goal that you're actually going to do, that you're in the pursuit of.
Something that really stretches you.
Yeah, that's a key word, right?
Yeah.
Completely stretches.
It stretches you out of your comfort zone, stretches you out of your habitual way of thinking, feeling, and being, really. But that is the time when, it's like all hell's breaking loose within you. And like I was saying, with this particular client that I'm currently helping, just to see from one day to the next how much the thought can change or the plan can change, and trying to work every little bit out. But the truth is, like we were saying before, you're going into the unknown.
Yeah.
When you're going for a major breakthrough, you're going into the unknown. And when you're going into the unknown, there's going to be so many variable factors that you cannot work out from where you are right now because your awareness is not there. If you're going to go and do something that you've always done, you have a conscious awareness of how to do it. You know, and you can more easily connect the dots. But when you're going into the unknown, there's so many variable factors that you do not actually know yet. And so if you're trying to work it out from where you are, there's going to be so much confusion, so much conflict within your mind, right? And there's mental battle going on. And there's, part of you just wants to like hold on to anything that you can probably grab onto, right? And then there's a part of you, it's like, your spirit just wants to like go, you want this freedom, you want to create these major breakthroughs, you want that result that's on the other side of it. Okay. Absolutely. And so this mental battle can go on, and we've all experienced it, like we experience it. And in fact, if we're not experiencing, we know that we have to like stretch ourselves even further. Okay. It's all part of growth. And we're here to grow.
We're here to grow. We're here to show ourselves what we're capable of. I truly believe that we're here to really express ourselves, our hidden gifts, our talents, our abilities, our energy. We're created in divine image. There is absolutely nothing that we cannot do, but we all have this unique path. And I know this within me, that it is clothed in love. Those things we love, that resonance is the clue, right? Whether that's financial freedom, or you love these luxury homes, or you just love animals and you just want to save them and help them, or you just want to, help millions of people, whatever it is, you have to listen to that silent voice, that voice and that feeling that leads you. You're not trying. You're not there going, well, what business is going to earn me money? Like, that's not the way I would want to live. Like, I want to live my life full of soul, full of spirit, full of freedom. You can develop the wealth consciousness. You can develop the health consciousness. You can develop the kind of consciousness. But when you come from love and your spiritual essence, that is ultimate freedom, because that's expression. But here's the thing, okay, when you're choosing to live this way and you set these big worthy goals, then the beliefs are what is in the way.
Mm-hmm.
The generational ideas too, not just beliefs that you picked up in your lifetime, but ones that have been inherited, ones that have been passed down generation after generation, these what we call limiting ideas. And so we've got to replace them. And so what happens when you go and set this big, we call it a huge goal, really to the subconscious, it's no different.
It's just an idea.
It's just an idea, right? But it feels big purely because of call it the contrast or the resistance or the need to alter ideas that are in the way. And so the bigger the discomfort, the bigger the growth. If it was a little bit of discomfort, it's a little bit of growth. And if there's no discomfort, there's no growth. And so if you're choosing to live a life of growth, that's where your freedom is. That's where your expression is. That's where the livingness, Troward talks about livingness, where you're vivified, you're expressed, you're alive. And I don't know about you, but there's a lot of people in this world who are existing and not living. And once you choose to live this way, life is completely different. You are lit up from the inside out, But you know what? It's an uncomfortable way to live. You just got to get comfortable being uncomfortable and not run away from it, right?
So because we can't stay on here for too long, right? So I want to give these guys like some actionable steps when you are going through this the wash machine, right? When you're going through the wash machine, or you're on that roller coaster, the emotional roller coaster, you're high one day and the next day you're like
being torn in like all directions.
Terrified right? Like, what do you do? Okay. So the key thing that you can do, this is the number one thing, is just get emotionally connected to what you want. That is the most important thing for you during those times, is to emotionally connect to what it is that you want. And the reason why you do that. Do you want to share the reason why, or do you want me to share the reason why?
I know the reason why, but I'd love to hear your perception of the reason why.
When you are emotionally connected to what it is that you want, okay, when you get an image in your mind and you get into the spirit of it, you're going to be guided. Your thoughts will be in alignment with what it is that you want. Okay. So you're going to be connecting your thoughts with it. You'll be feeling it. Okay. You're emotionally connected. So you're in the spirit of what you want. And then you're going to be guided in terms of the actions that you need to take. When a time comes to have a certain conversation, you'll be inspired of the things that you need to say in order for you to get the outcome that you want. Okay, so you're literally going to be guided every step of the way if you connect to the image of what it is that you want. So that's like your North Star.
Yes.
And every decision you make lines you up with that certain outcome.
Yeah.
You cannot make a mistake if you do that. You cannot make a mistake. And even those things on the outside might seem like they're going sideways or backwards, like, oh my God, like what's happening right now? The outside's like all a mess. If you stay connected to what it is that you want, I promise you, it's all working out. You might not be able to see it with your physical senses. You can't see, hear, smell, taste, touch, the progress. But I promise you, on a spiritual, non-physical level, it's all lining up for you, because we can only attract whatever's in harmony with us. So if you see the outcome that you want as if it's an already accomplished fact, it is an already accomplished fact. And it's just a certain amount of time that must elapse between the image being, a spiritual idea to it being a physical manifested form in your life.
Absolutely. And the worst thing you can do when you're going through this is asking everybody for their opinion, because everyone has one. And a lot of people are also used to seeing you for who you were. And so if you go and share this vision and you're in that doubt that's screaming, and you go and ask, now it just depends. You got to be mindful of who you ask. Are they someone who has done it before, have been where you are, or do they understand the universal laws and the process? Okay, that's different, because they're going to feed that why idea. They're going to feed that vision, that version of you that you have been wanting to become. You see, they're not going to treat you based on your five senses, what your current results are, or your past. Or you see, so many people so close to you know you for who you were. And therefore, if you go and ask them for their opinion, they're going to give you that old version of you. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that right now the idea is still moving into form. Once you're solid in the physical manifestation, that's different. You've arrived, right? And you're solid with that belief now. But through this period, you're very vulnerable. It's a very vulnerable part of the process of creating a quantum leap. So having that person in your corner that believes in you and believes in your vision is absolutely essential.
That's the key there. Believes in the vision. You get someone else who only believes in the facts. And if you're asking the person who only believes in the facts, the past or present results, you're not going to make much progress on a physical level. I promise you that. Because they'll tell you it's unrealistic. They'll tell you, but look at what happened here and look what happened there. And that's going to keep you so earthbound. But you have a vision. The vision is not based on what's going on physically on earth.
Not at all.
The vision is spiritual. It's non-physical. And for that to move in the physical form, you have to go beyond what's happened on a physical level. This is if you want to make big changes. If you only want to make little changes, yes, incremental progress, that's different. You can look at the facts and figures and what's happened. Okay, but if you're going to make huge breakthroughs, make massive changes in your life, you have to go beyond all the facts. And so you don't want to be asking guidance or seeking guidance from people who are only going to tell you what the facts are. Because that's going to keep you very earthbound. It's going to keep you very locked into what you have done.
And it's going to feed your doubt and insecurities, right? So that's the thing. The fear, the worry, the doubt is what does the most damage. And so you want to feed that light, that vision, that passion, that freedom, that whatever it is that you desire, that your heart desires. It's not what your head desires, not intellectual. It's an emotional journey. And I truly believe that over the whole process of my life, the more I've developed myself and developed my faith and know who I am now, the less I ask anyone for their opinion. Once upon a time, I would in the doubt. And often I was just getting what was in harmony with my doubt anyway. So I was in that energy. But when I go to that quietness, that's where the true answers are. That guidance. And you got to learn to really trust yourself and your intuition and this higher power and be led from within. And that's really where the magic happens. So did you have 3 steps or did you have 1 step?
I don't know. I just had advice.
Okay.
Whatever it was.
So,
It wasn't really a step. It was, and that's the main thing. The
Yeah.
main thing is just to connect to what it is that you want. And you get emotionally connected to what you want. Like, it's not just intellectual, you get them in the spirit of it. Okay. I want to read you something from Thomas Trout. I absolutely love this, right? I'm going to read you two things. He says, "Let us be right as to the spirit of a thing, and everything else will successfully follow." Like, I absolutely love that. If you can really grasp what he's saying there, you can put the rest of this book away, right? If you can really connect to what it is that you want, everything else will successfully follow. And it's all about emotional connection. It's really, absorbing it and really feeling it in your heart to be true. Okay. The other thing he says here, he says, this is a problem. He says, we habitually look, this is the way we've been programmed. Okay. We've been programmed to habitually look at the mechanical side of things in preference to any other. That's the physical side of things. We've been programmed to look at the physical side of things in preference to anything else. Okay. So everything is done mechanically or physically, from the carving of a piece of furniture to the arrangement of the social system. It is the mechanism that must be considered first, and the spirit has to be fitted to the mechanical exigencies. Okay.
Well, that's how
we're programmed.
think. Yes.
Okay. Generally programmed. We're trying to fit everything into what has been done up until this point.
Yeah. Living through facts.
He says, we enter into the mechanism of it instead of into the spirit of it. And so limit the spirit and refuse to let it have its own way, and then think. And then as a consequence, we get entirely mechanical action and complete our circle of ignorance by supposing that this is the only sort of action there is. Okay.
It's such a disconnected way to live. Like, it really is. It's such a flat, boring way to live. If I'm really honest,
it's just very limited.
It's limited.
You're limited by what's been done.
And it's dull. Why is it dull? Because you feel limited by circumstance. You feel limited by current results. You feel limited by what the past tells you. Whereas when you meet someone, right, who doesn't believe in the rigidity of the physical, and they're in the imagination, like they're in the spirit of an image, it's where the life is. It's livingness. It's passion. There's aliveness going on, right? They're in the spirit of something, whether it's a musician, whether it's a writer, whether it's someone manifesting their dream, So ultimately, freedom is found living a life of growth. That's what I want to add in there too. There's that monotony of like, yeah, doing the same thing, busy, don't even know what you've done, but you're busy, just ticking boxes, another year, and you wonder where your life is. So you have a chance, you have a choice to live a life of growth. And that was what we decided at the end of 2014, that we were not going to exist to settle and to just live a life within a box, within a frame. We were going to create a life. We were going to come from the spirit, and then the physical was going to mold itself. And so that became the journey, right? And so that's what we choose to live. That's what we're helping others live and create this freedom. And we understand the discomfort, the process. We're with you on this. Like, we're on this journey with you. So just remember that your dreams, your visions, what you love, they are so meant for you, right? But don't get sucked in to feeding that doubt, that worry, that insecurity, and don't ask people for their opinions when your intuition already knows of what they're going to say. Okay? Come from the higher place. And if you want help to make 2024, and even not then, like just now, if you're ready to break through now, then reach out. Reach out. We're here to help you and not get stuck. Stay moving.
And enjoy going through the unknown. Like the unknown can be crazy, but it's that's where all your growth lies. So just make sure that you embrace it. Embrace going into the unknown.
Yeah. It's your journey. It's part of the journey.
It's where you're creative.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's right.
You got to go.
I do have to go. All right. See you guys.